My Voice was created to preserve, protect and share the whole life stories of Holocaust survivors who rebuilt their lives here in Greater Manchester and the North West, and more recently London and the South East. Over recent years, the project has grown into something both globally recognised and locally cherished. A unique archive of more than 50 whole life storybooks, each written in the exact words of the survivor, ensuring that future generations can always hear their voice. Tonight is an extension of that mission, another step in honouring a promise we hold deeply, that these stories must never be lost, never forgotten, and never left to gather dust on bookshelves or coffee tables. As we begin to navigate an emerging post-survivor landscape, we know that the books need to be supplemented with extra resources. The lived presence of survivors, their voices, expressions, pauses, strengths and vulnerabilities has always been one of the most powerful educators we have. These films help ensure that that presence endures. They will become essential assets in our educational strategy, woven into the My Voice travelling exhibition, which I hope you all take a chance to look at outside, our growing secondary school programme providing teachers with resources to enhance the Holocaust curriculum, our innovative PSHE resource for primary and secondary schools, and our growing Guardian programme that enhances student and adult learning. Already, schools across Greater Manchester, some of whom are with us here tonight, are using My Voice stories to teach not only history, but empathy, moral courage, and responsible citizenship. These films build on that foundation. They allow teachers, students, and community groups to meet Ike, Anne, and Marianne, to hear them, feel their words, and encounter their humanity in a way only film can make possible. To listen to a witness and become a witness. This year's Holocaust Memorial Day theme, Bridging Generations, could not be more fitting. My Voice is, at its core, a bridge between survivors and students, between memories and understanding, between trauma and resilience, between the world that was lost and the world we are responsible for shaping. In these films, you will hear survivors pass the torch directly to the next generation, and their messages, echoed throughout their books, interviews, and in every school visit, are clear and resonant. From Anne, a message of empathy, courage, and global citizenship. Anne's life embodies the belief that even after unimaginable loss, one can rebuild with openness, curiosity, and a commitment to the world. From Marianne, a lesson in resilience, strength, and living fully. Marianne speaks passionately about living enough life for the parents she lost, about embracing experience, thought, and purpose, because those who were murdered were denied that chance. And from Ike, a reminder that hate is a disease, and that tolerance, kindness, and welcome are not luxuries. They are the foundations of a decent society. Ike often spoke of the gratitude he felt when he arrived in Britain as one of the Windermere children, and the moral responsibility we all share to extend that same kindness to others today. These messages do not belong to the past. They belong to us, now, and to the generations we are responsible for educating and protecting. As I mentioned earlier, the My Voice project continues to grow. Alongside 8 completed films, we now have over 50 completed life story books, with more in production in Manchester and London. Our PSHE resource is being rolled out as a pilot across primary and secondary schools in Manchester, Bury, Salford and Lancashire, completely free of charge. Our My Voice travelling exhibition is now touring libraries and civic spaces. Our Guardian programme is continuing to develop, and we are sharing our survivor stories to a wide range of audiences. We are developing new partnerships with major educational organisations, ensuring that the words, lessons and legacies of our survivors reach ever wider, and we continue work on ensuring long-term sustainability, new collaborations and expanded educational pathways. All of this is driven by one principle. These stories must continue to be heard loudly, clearly and forever. If you are a teacher or educator, speak to us about using our material in your school or institution and share it with colleagues. If you are a religious leader, invite us to speak to your congregation. If you are a journalist, please write about this very special project. And to everyone else, please consider supporting My Voice financially. We are a standalone project of the Fed, and your support can make a big difference. So tonight, as we gather to watch the stories of Anne, Marianne and Ike brought to life on screen, we do more than honour their past. We honour our collective future. We honour the responsibility to refuse hate, to choose kindness, to protect truth, to bridge generations with compassion, with education and with action. Thank you for being here, for supporting the My Voice project, and for standing with us as we carry these vital stories forward. I hope and know you will find the films moving.